This is kind of a special day today because this is our Jump Week finale, celebrating the release of my new inspirational book entitled Jump. It's going to be out soon. All week, so many viewers have reached out to share how inspired they've been, including this woman.
Hey, Steve. I'm in beautiful Utah right now, and I'm about to go make a jump. I just jumped off that.
That was professional base jumper Claire Marie. She's amazing. I want to be clear about something. When I say jump, that ain't what the hell I'm talking about. I was talking about jumping further for more in your life, jumping into the new career, jumping into a life of abundance, jumping into the business of your dream. That's the jump I'm talking about. Now, all week long, you know, we've had some very, very successful women revealing the secrets to their success. I'm talking about Tyra Banks has been here. Bethany Frankel has been here. Kelly Clarkson has been here. And Sarah Blakely. Sarah Blakely was amazing. She's the creator of Spanx. And she's the youngest female billionaire in America. I promised all along that today's show was going to be the biggest of them all. And trust me, I'm going to be delivering that today. Every single member of this audience has been hand-chosen because you have a big dream. I got it. But all it is right now is a dream. So for one reason or another, you haven't realized your dreams yet. But I promise you, by the end of this hour, that we're all going out on that ledge and we're going to take a big jump together. Every single one of us. We going. You got to go. But someone here today is going to be getting a very special surprise. So right now, I want to hear your dreams. Where's Nina?
Hi.
What is it?
So my dream is to open up my very own photography studio so that I can have a successful long-term career doing something that I love and am passionate about.
Great. Where's Antoinette?
Right here. Hi, Steve.
Good. What do you want to accomplish?
My dream is to have a 10-acre self-sustaining farm in rural Kentucky so I can provide for my family and teach others how to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that. Where's Rita?
Hi, Steve. I'm right here. My dream is to have a women's swimmer line for ages 35 and older to go ahead and build confidence and empower them.
Listen, this hour is all about the final preparations that you need to make before those jumps. I got two of the most successful jumpers in the nation ready to lead this ultimate leadership course today. And it doesn't get much bigger in the world of jumping than my first guest. Take a look at this vintage commercial he starred in back in the 80s.
It's great being home. The best thing is seeing old friends doing the same old thing and shopping at Quality Dairy.
And now is the time for Quality Dairy apple cider and donuts. We squeeze our own apple cider, and we've got a new peanut butter and chocolate double dribble donut to go with it. Irvin loves it.
Is that a double dribble donut?
Double dribble? Never saw it.
All right. Yeah.
Well, it was just around that time that he took his passion and talent to the basketball court where he found some serious success. After a career as a 5-time NBA champ, he jumped to the next level, creating a business empire now valued at an estimated $1 billion. Please welcome my good friend, Irvin Magic Johnson. you been, man?
I've been good. That clip, man, I had sideburns, a little fro, and the cheapest clothes that you could get back in the day. I didn't have no money back then. Woo!
Yeah.
You talking about jump?
Yeah.
I'm in a Tom Ford now.
Yeah. Man, it's crazy, man. People, I think having Magic on for this day is big because this guy has done it from the bottom up. He didn't come from a family with money. And we're going to talk to you about that today. And so, Magic, let me ask you something. What does the word jump mean to you?
For me, what jump means is the fact that, hey, I just want something better for myself.
Man.
And I'm going to come up with a plan on how to achieve that goal or that dream. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough. Mm-hmm. But you got to be willing to sacrifice everything to achieve your goal. And then God is going to take care of you, right? You got to lean on your faith as well.
Yeah.
And that's very important.
Yeah.
But you got to have a plan, and you got to execute that plan, and you got to stay disciplined. If you don't dream it, you can't become it, right? You got to dream, and then you got to say, okay, how can I now make this dream become reality? What is it that I want to get into? Like me, I've done all my homework and my research, and so I was prepared and ready, but I had confidence in myself, right? Because a lot of times what happens is the neighbor will come up and say, oh, man, you can't do that.
Man.
Then you say, oh, man. But for me, I kept wanting to prove everybody wrong because everybody said I couldn't go from the basketball court to the boardroom. And so what I did was I knocked on 20 CEOs' doors. Steve, I was meeting with people, writing down everything, bruh. And then I applied it, all that information I got from these incredible smart people. Then I said, okay, I'm going to put it in my own game plan and go after it.
Mm-hmm. How did you make the jump, Magic, from playing pro basketball into business? After basketball was over, how'd you do it?
Well, first of all, with those 20 mentors that I took to lunch, I got that information. Then I said, the research showed me that minorities, we had a spending power. Even today, it's, if you put together African Americans and Latinos, about a $3 trillion spending power combined. So I said, man, we got this big spending power, but there was no businesses in our community. So I said, won't I start a business geared to my community because I know that community very well. We didn't have entertainment in our community, but we're big on entertainment. So I said, okay, let me find out who built movie theaters because that was the big thing that we like to do. Mm-hmm. So I knocked on Sony's door, said we should join forces to build Magic Johnson theaters. And that's really how I got started, understanding the spending power of minorities, understanding also what was missing in our community. There was a demand for that. And then we came together, man, and the theaters took off. Everybody said, no way it would work. We proved everybody wrong. One of the top 10 highest grossing theaters in the nation, my first one. And it changed everybody's mind. So you grew up with common sense. All I did was utilize my common sense. I grew up in urban America. Mm-hmm. I know their likes and dislikes. So I just delivered what they like with common sense. A lot of times, the woman with the Spanx, it was common sense.
Yeah.
And now she's a billionaire. You know, yeah. And so sometimes business is really common sense, but then you have to put it into a business plan to make it become a business. Because a lot of times that's the challenge.
Yeah.
We have a great ideal, but we don't know how to put it into a business.
Yeah.
And then those who just getting started, this is really crucial and really important, and I want to drive this point home, Steve. We love our family, but a lot of times we can't hire them. I have to make this point because the thing that has ruin minority businesses, I got to talk about that first. Lack of capital and bad choices on who to hire, and that's usually caused by family members.
In the words of my daddy, everybody come with you, can't go with you. They can't, man. Hey, folks, up next, we got a surprise for Magic. Somebody you changed forever, man.
Oh, okay.
You don't even know.
Wow.
And we're going to be talking more about Magic's jumps right after this. Stay with us.
Don't go away. Steve saved his biggest jump week show.
I've listened to Steve's show. I heard him talk about jumping, and he inspired me to jump.
Steve helped me realize that I need to jump.
I'm ready for this. It is so time, and I am ready to jump.
Folks, our jump celebration continues. By the end of this hour, this whole audience is jumping. My buddy Magic Johnson's still with me, and we're talking about major jumps he took that helped make him so successful. We got someone here who benefited from your jump. My stage manager, Terrell. Terrell, tell Magic how you're connected.
Man, my man.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Johnson. Man. So, you opened that theater when you jumped. And I was just graduating out of high school. And I was down a bad path. And I wasn't trying to find a work, and I knew I wasn't going to school. My mom's went to your theater, and she got an application. She filled it out. She turned it in. She told me I had an interview. And I went into your theater, man, and I started ticket taking and cleaning theaters. And then they put me in the concession stand. They liked me, and they made me a supervisor. Shortly after that, I was in the box office. Then I had a problem legally here in Chicago. They sent an amazing letter. I came back to LA. They all gave me a shot, gave me my job back. Your wife's sister at the time, Pat, was the manager. She promoted me to projectionist. But what I'm trying to say is, man, you jumped. And they showed the picture a little while ago, man. It did something to me because I walked through that door for 4.5 years, every day. Never missed a day. I worked every day. Damn. But the work ethic I got out of that theater, I'm the poster child for what you were trying to create. You were trying to basically put a theater in the community and give us a chance. I'm one of them dudes that you succeeded at saving. Really. So I've always said I was going to have this moment. And I'm keen on showing gratitude to those. And I got a list of some people in H. I'm going to be coming to you soon down the line. But, man, from the bottom of my heart, I can't say it no better. The words are never expressive. I got a genuine love for you that'll go on until the end of time. You created a situation that got me out of a bad situation and to save my life. And it created a work ethic in me that's got me to doing what I'm doing now. And I appreciate that.
Ooh, yeah. You're gonna make me cry up here, man. See, sometimes your leap and your blessing can bless others. And now he's blessed, now he's blessing other people. So I jumped, but that parachute, he was riding right along with me, right?
Yeah.
And now it just goes on, trickles down. And so it's a real blessing, man. This is powerful.
Yeah.
I didn't know that becoming a businessman would affect so many people, so many families.
Yeah.
And just God is so good. It's crazy. That I could be sitting here and looking back, and I laugh on how I grew up and where I am today, you know, all the life lessons I've learned along the way. Steve, it was something, because in the beginning I didn't feel I belonged in those rooms. And then one day I said, wait a minute, I belong in this room. And so once I understood that I belonged in that room, I started here, I went from there, right? And once I showed CEOs of Fortune 500 companies that they can make money in urban America, and I had the blueprint on how to do that, then again, I went to another level.
Yeah.
And I never stopped learning. Even today, I've learned something from this man. The next guest, I'll learn something from him. And then this brother, again, you always will learn. So keep your ears open and make sure you're willing to learn and listen to people. I don't care if it's a doorman, I don't care who it is, because they can teach you things.
Hey, look, I got more with Magic Johnson and another huge guest. I'm doing it today. Yeah. Coming up next.
After the break, Steve brings out business mogul and self-made billionaire Mark Cuban.
You had an idea.
Monday.
Steve says it's okay to make mistakes, and I just need to take this jump for myself.
I'm really excited to jump.
Jumping makes me feel like I can do anything.
I just want to take it all the way.
I'm ready to jump.
All right, everybody, our jump celebration continues. I'm back with my buddy Magic Johnson. But Magic isn't the only mogul whose bold jumps have created opportunities for others. For the past 7 years, you've watched my next guest jump into business with aspiring entrepreneurs on the hit series Shark Tank. That's just part of his story. Check him out. A natural businessman since the age of 12, Mark Cuban has been taking jumps throughout his entire career. After being fired from his first sales job, he started his own computer company, which soon became one of the largest networking firms in America, making Cuban a multi-millionaire by age 30. Focusing on the future, Cuban then created Broadcast.com, sold the company to Yahoo, and went from millionaire to billionaire. He now owns the Dallas Mavericks basketball team, is an entertainment mogul, and is known to millions as a shark on the hit TV show Shark Tank. Now worth over $3 billion, Mark Cuban continues to thrive as one of America's greatest success stories. Please welcome Mark Cuban. Hey, man, it's a pleasure, man. Finally, man. How you doing, bro? Oh, man. This is my time. You started jumping from an early age, man.
Yeah, I grew up in Pittsburgh, and my earliest job was selling garbage bags door to door, and yeah, that was me. I played basketball my entire life, wasn't very good, but I told my dad I want a new pair of tennis shoes. He's like, tennis shoes? Those shoes are working good, right? If you want a new pair of shoes, you go out and get a job. I'm like, Dad, I'm 12. And one of his buddies who was playing poker with him was like, I've got these garbage bags. Why don't you sell them door to door? I'm like, sure. And so literally my first job at 12 years old was taking a box of 100 garbage bags, selling them for $6 a pop. Wow. And I'd walk up and go, do you need garbage bags? Yeah, and so $6, I made my 3, I got my shoes, and that was the start.
You got your shoes. Hey, all for some shoes. All for some shoes. You need some shoes.
You got to start somewhere, right? Like you were saying, you got to start. You were talking about confidence, and I got the confidence that if I just took that first step, anything is possible. I mean, when you take that jump, most people, there's a line right in front of them, and they're afraid to jump over it.
Yeah.
And when you just take that first step, that's when things start happening. You've got to be honest with yourself, know what you're good at, know what you're not good at. And I figured out I was good at selling. So once I figured that out, it was easy.
Yeah. See, that statement, in everybody's life, there's this line right here. And they're just afraid to step across it. But what he said was, the only way something can happen is if you step across it. If you don't step across the line, I'm telling you, man, you're never going to get to the life of abundance. Fear and worry are the great robbers of an abundant life.
But it's okay to be fearful, right?
Exactly.
You've got to be afraid, right? I'm always terrified of failing, but that's what motivates me.
Yeah, exactly.
To do the work, to be prepared, to take that step.
But you don't allow the fear to free you.
Oh, no, you can't. You can't.
You can't. You retired at 30.
Yep.
Wow.
First time, yeah.
But then you had an idea that kind of made you take another successful jump.
Big jump. So I went to school at Indiana University, big basketball fan, and living in Dallas, the only way we could listen to Indiana basketball was to have somebody hold a speakerphone up next to a radio, and then we would listen to it in Dallas, which was crazy, you know. And so this is right about the time the internet was happening. So I'm talking to one of my friends, and I'm like, there's got to be a way we can use this internet thing that's just happening to listen to basketball games, to sporting events. And I'm like, let me figure that out. And so we got started a company called AudioNet that started broadcasting audio, and that was the first time anybody had ever streamed.
Wow.
And so then we just built it up to video and just kept them growing and growing, and that's when we sold it to Yahoo. But it was just a little idea and a lot of work and just some confidence.
How much did you all sell it to Yahoo for?
5.7 billion.
Hey, our audience, see, man, I got to these dudes, man, you're not the only one starting at the bottom.
Yeah.
But it's the need that produces the step. You need a pair of sneakers, so you sell the garbage bags. You want to hear Indiana basketball, and you in Dallas, and a dude is holding the radio. What? So, man, this dude just said, wait a minute, man. How many wait a minute moments have you had? You just start the process. But if you don't step across the line, nothing happens. These guys have some amazing success stories, but I know so many of you would-be jumpers have the same question. What if I failed? Up next, Magic and Mark are sharing lessons from their biggest failures.
It's scary, but I'm ready to jump.
Today's the day I jump. Steve inspires me every day to follow my dreams.
Ready to jump, so ready to jump. I could jump today with a little assistance.
Hey, I'm back with today's Jump Week moguls, Magic Johnson and Mark Cuban. Our audience is filled with people who need advice on their jumps. Failure is such a huge part of the road to success. We need to talk about it and why it's okay, because every single successful person has failed way more times than they succeeded. Just check out what billionaire and creator of Spanx, Sarah Blakely, said here earlier this week.
My dad used to encourage me to fail. And so at the breakfast table, my dad would ask my brother and me what we had failed at that week. And if we didn't have something to tell him, he would actually be disappointed.
I like that. Failure is such a part of the process. I'm going to ask both of you guys this. Magic, what are your favorite fails and why were they important?
Well, I think, first of all, mine really started on the basketball court, right? So when I failed to win a championship, because, you know, that really ate at me. And then in business, it was one time when I opened my first store up called Magic 32. I owned all, I was also the buyer, so I bought all the stuff I thought people would want to buy, and I got it in there, Steve, and nobody bought anything for like 3 or 4 months because I bought everything that I liked and nothing that the customers like. So never make your business about you. Make it about the customer.
Yeah.
And so that was a valuable couple $100,000 lesson right off the bat. So I think you can always learn from failing.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark, you're not a stranger to failure.
Oh, no, I failed more times than I can remember. I mean, I started one of my first companies was selling powdered milk door to door, right? It didn't taste so good, but like you said, I thought people wanted to save money, right?
Yeah.
They deal with the taste. No, you got to understand your customer. I have the saying, it doesn't matter how many times you fail.
Yep.
Just got to be right one time.
That's
right.
Yeah,
man.
One time, and everybody calls you an overnight success.
Yeah,
Tells you how lucky you are, right?
Absolutely, man. Because, man, it's so crazy. See, people, they see men like you today, but they miss. Like, you know, my first sitcom was Me and the Boys on ABC, canceled. The next show that I created myself, Steve Harvey's Big Time, canceled. Written off of radio in LA in 2005. You just don't do good radio. You're never going to be in radio again. All of that, all those failures created 5 hit shows and from one city in L.A. to 91 cities across the country syndicated radio.
Yes,
but I failed.
Yeah.
I failed, man.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Look, we got an audience member who's struggling to prepare for her jump. Where's Marcella?
Hi, Steve. Hi, Magic. Hi, Mark.
Hey, Marcella.
So I was recently working for a recruiting agency, but my dream is to pursue my career as a singer-songwriter. And I feel like I can't do that because of all the bills that I need to pay. And I quit that job to pursue music full-time, but of course the bills started to add up. So I recently started working a day job again, and I continue to prepare as, practicing and working on my voice, but I know there's way more to success than just talent. So what else should I do to prepare for this jump?
First of all, I think, number one, you did it smart. Go back and get the job.
Yeah.
Okay? That way you have income coming in at the same time you're pursuing your other dream. And then what you should do is really understand, you said songwriter and you want to sing yourself. So you got to hopefully get around some people who are writing songs and pick their brain, or get with them and say, hey, what made you successful? Or what do you think about my songs, my writing skills? Can you give me some constructive criticism? Am I on the right path? Do my songs sound right? On and on and on.
I mean, you pick the hardest business in the world to try to be successful in. I mean, there is no tougher business than music. And so, to Magic's point, you've got to pay the bills.
Yep.
I worked as a bartender at night to pay the bills when I was getting started. You've got to determine, you've got to be honest with yourself.
Yep.
You've got to determine, can you fill the room? Can you fill the room with 20 people? Can you fill the room? Will somebody pay to come see you? That'll tell you your next step. Because if it was easy, everybody would do it, right?
Everybody.
Right.
And the point about these things, especially when you get into the talent aspect, you got to be careful. Is it what you're passionate about, or is it what you're gifted at? Because if you ain't gifted at it, you can be as passionate as you want to be. You'll never fill that room up.
All right.
Man, I've had a good time with you brothers, man. Thank y'all for coming, man. Great pleasure meeting you, man. Always. Hey, got some great advice. Coming up, sometimes after you jump, there's a sense of guilt. So what do you do? We'll talk about that next. Magic Johnson, Mark Cuban in the building.
Coming up next, Steve dishes out some jump week wisdom.
There's a huge financial responsibility on all of us where our families are concerned. The jump at the same time feels...
Steve helped me realize that I need to jump because you only have right now. He inspired me to go for what I want. I'm here to get over my fear of jumping.
I am ready to jump. I'm ready to take the jump.
Welcome back, everybody. As part of Jump Week, I've taken questions from at-home viewers and encouraged them to jump. Take a look. Tell me about this jump.
A video came up of you speaking to the audience behind the scenes, telling them to make the jump. Right after I watched that video, I wrote my 2 weeks notice, and I'm really determined to do whatever it takes to pursue my dream of creative writing and screenwriting, but I don't know where to start.
I left my job a couple years ago as a teacher to become a stay-at-home mom, my now 2-year-old son. And so I created a case to house all these baby items that I know moms across the globe are going to love.
So Steve, Sharita and I have been co-workers and great friends for maybe the past 4 years. We typically talk about our love for event planning. Lately, we've been talking about quitting our jobs and doing this full time.
I jumped, but it feels like I've been waiting 2 years for my parachute to open.
We know we have to take the jump, but it's a little scary for us because we don't know what's going to happen, once we do the jump. I jumped without having a backup plan. It's your fault.
Well, do you want to live the life of your dreams? It could take 60 days. It could take 1 more year. I only got one answer for you. I say jump. Yeah, I've got a big jump show planned at the end of this week right here. I have a little surprise for you. I'm going to be flying you to Chicago to be a part of the show. Yeah. I flew all four of those ladies here. Please welcome India, Sharon, and co-workers Rachel and Sharita. They're all in different stages of jumping, as you heard, but they all agree on one thing. They feel guilty that their jumps are selfish and will affect their families negatively. Ladies, expand on the guilt.
So, hi, Steve. I'm Rachel. And I know where we're all probably concerned. There's a huge financial responsibility on all of us where our families are concerned. So for me personally, my husband just made his own jump a year ago. He started a music company for kids in urban areas that don't really have access to music programs. So while I'm trying to support him, for me to jump at the same time feels kind of guilty.
I'm very hands-on mom, so not being there to take my kids to things that their activities, not being there for homework, and really putting the responsibility all on my husband, that's where my guilt comes in as well.
My situation is similar. Like, I'm not even generating any funds, and so, you know, just to be a stay-at-home mom is an awesome me some more money while we're doing this. Poor man, and he's been so generous, and I really appreciate it, but, you know, like, keep it coming. And I feel like, you know, Magic was saying that I have this great product that over-delivers, but my pocketbook under-delivers.
I had been supporting my mom because she had been out of work. She just started working maybe a month ago, and now that I quit my job, she feels this pressure to have to support me. Even though I didn't ask her, she's my mom, of course she wants to help me, but she's barely getting by herself, so that's where my guilt comes in, the fact that, you know, I quit without anything saved.
Here's what you all have to be mindful of. If you let guilt reside for a long period of time, guilt turns into regret. Because what if you don't? What if you don't? What message does that send to your kids? What message does that send to anybody who's watching you? Let me show you something. I carry that around with me all the time because I think about that. I think about not jumping. So when you're thinking about quitting or you're thinking about not jumping, they back there watching, man. They see you. Security is only that which you provide for yourself. Hey, folks, coming up, we got a huge surprise for our audience of jumpers. We'll be back.
Through this message.
Well, folks, it's our final show of Jump Week. My next guest has helped so many deserving viewers get closer to their dreams, rewarding them with cash time and time again. Please welcome my friend and CEO of D-Herbs Incorporated, A.D. Dolphin. So, A.D., just in your own way, man, just tell us about some of the jumps you've made.
I started off playing basketball overseas in Australia. I was a little bit selfish, so that experience didn't work out for me. So from there, I had to go back home. Then I made another jump in my life. The other jump was I got introduced to this idea of teaching kids how to play basketball since I was a basketball player. I felt like that was just so amazing. But then I made another jump. During that time, I was introduced to this cleansing because now I'm training. I'm not athletic as I used to be. I'm not playing basketball. So I began to gain weight. I felt like my health was declining, and I got introduced to a cleanse. I did the cleanse, changed my life. So me, my brother, Katarina, which is another one of my business partners, we began to put it together an herbal team. And we created what I feel is the best cleanse on the market, the D-Herbs Full Body Cleanse. It's a life changer. And now I have this great product, but I don't know how to market it. And I came across an ad company. They presented me with this opportunity. They said, you have a chance to do this. Now, the number that they wanted was a number I couldn't afford, Steve. But I didn't let that close my mind to the situation. I kind of asked them, I said, can I make payments? You know what? They went for it. And then something even more amazing happened. They said, hey, we got this opportunity to present it on a radio show. And A week before I was actually supposed to go on that show, the radio host called me. They took the time. They gave me that interview. Do you know that one interview paid for my entire campaign? That interview was with you. You called me. Yeah. I know you do so much.
Yeah,
I know you help so many people, but do you know that you saved my company?
Listen, I think it's a great story, man. I promised a surprise at the top of the show for someone who's ready to jump. Where is Linda Tابعوني?
It's me.
Okay, come up here. Good. How are you? Good. Nice to meet you. Here we can hug. We all right. Hey, come on, stand over here. Come over here, AD.
Okay.
So,
how you doing?
Good.
Hey.
What is your jump?
So I have 5 acres up in northern New Jersey, and my jump is to actually hold retreat facilities for health and wellness and yoga, so that it just brings peace to yourself.
Okay, so open this envelope and tell everybody what's in it.
$1,000.
Now, here's the deal. AD isn't here to just help one person. Catherine, come on out. Hi, how are you?
Hi, good.
Audience, you see these envelopes here? I'm gonna pick about 3 or 4 of these. Christine Flojo. This is for you. That's $1,000. And Jeanette Junks, there's $1,000. Crystal Crockett, there's $1,000. One more. Mario Ortiz. Here's the dude, he coming right now. The young dude, $1,000. Yeah, stay right there, young man. But here's the catch. You are not allowed to use this money for your electric, cable bill, gas, none of that. You can't use it to buy a new outfit. You must promise that you will use this money towards your dreams.
There you go.
You must use this money for the jump. Okay? That's good? All right. D-Herbs. A.D. Dolphin and D-Herbs, thank you. We'll be back, everybody.
Stay tuned. Jump Week wraps up with a shocking surprise.
We're going to give everybody...
Is November on Steve?
Hey, folks, we're back with time for just one more thing. I want Captain to come out here one more time. Captain, come on out here. Because I was talking to AD over the break, and AD... Thank you very much. AD is going to, since it's his giveaway, I'm going to ask him, he wants to pull 4 more names.
There you go.
To give 4 more. So you pull the envelope, anywhere you want to go, you hand it to me. I'll read this one. Andrea Del Castillo. $1,000. Oh, here we got all 4 of them. It's his company. Tina Ivers. Woo! Jack Lira.
Come on.
And Ben Mast. All of you guys, courtesy of A.D. Dolphin and D-Herbs, walking out here with $1,000. But you know what? We're going to give everybody in the audience $1,000. Keep you all inspired. I'm sending everybody home with my brand new book, Jump. Thanks to D.Herbs for the amazing gift. And a special thanks, Magic Johnson, Mark Cuban. Catch me on Twitter at I'm Steve Harvey. Don't be afraid to jump, everybody. We'll see you next time.